decides to load in that you will be able to see on Exness. Now with Exness right here, the first thing that we can see is your account balance here at the top. We can see your accounts, whether you are on the real account or the demo. So if you go with the demo, this is how you can practice how to trade. You can trade on the markets just like I am right here without any real money. So you can purely practice. You won't make any money, but you also will not lose money. So this is a fantastic way to practice if you have never traded before. Moving over to the real account right here. This is where you can go ahead and actually add funds in so that when you trade on Exness, you are trading with real money. What we can do is we can simply click on deposit right here. You can then go through and choose from all of these options how you would actually like to deposit money into Exness. But keep in mind that you do have to verify your identity first. To verify your identity, it will give you this pop-up at the top. So just go through and complete your profile. It's super simple to do, and then all of these deposit options will be unlocked so that you can deposit into your Exness account. You can also withdraw from this same screen. So once you have made profits in your trading, you can withdraw your money at any time by simply clicking on this withdraw button. And then you can go through and choose to withdraw using any of these methods. Down this left-hand side, we also have options for deposit and withdrawal again. Transaction history is where you can see all of your different transactions. So we can come into here and we can set the date. You can sort the transaction types by whether this is a deposit, a withdrawal, transfer, refund, reward, or rebate. And then statuses you can also change here. We can also click into this analytics section of the market. So we can scroll down here and you can see all of these are trading pairs when it comes to Forex. So we can click into these. We can see when these were last updated, as well as the analyst overview for this specific item. We can also go into this search bar at the top and search for different areas. For example, if I wanted to go for something against the yen, I can type in the yen ticker, which is JPY, and then see all of these pairs right here, click into them, and then see the analyst rating. We can also go into this social trading option right here. And this is where you can see other people's trading strategies, and you can copy different people depending on how well they are doing. So you can go into here and click on join now. You will be able to go through, and then the menu looks like this. You can see the person whose trading this is. You can see how many investors are currently trading with them, and also the percentage they have made. Performance is going to show you how much you have either made or lost with Exness. So you can go in here and look at all of these different areas. You can take a look at the history of your orders and see all of your orders right here. So that is the dashboard of Exness. The next thing that we are going to get into is the actual trading terminal and how you can trade on Exness. Now right here, you can see the main chart. Now, the standard chart on Exness, I really do not like. The first reason for this is the default view is hollow candles, which is pretty strange in my opinion. And to change these, we can go up to this candle option in the top corner and choose from all of these different options. So we have regular candles that you can go to. We can also choose to change this to a line chart. We have Heikin-Ashi candles right here. And we can change to any of these. Now, another thing that even if I change these two candles, once again, I still don't like this because I'm trading with red and blue candles, which I'm not used to. I prefer trading with the red and green candles. And if you would like to change the color of your candles, all we have to do is right click on the chart. From this option that pops up, simply click into settings. And then from here, we can go in and change how these candles look. So I'm just going to go ahead and make these all green, green, and green. And then as you can see, this is more like how I'm used to trading with the red and green candles. We can also change the time scale on the chart by using this button in the top corner. We can zoom out from anything from the 1 minute to the monthly chart. I'm just going to stick this on the hourly time frame for now. And this gives us a much nicer overview of how this currency pair is looking in the last hour. Now on Exness, not only can you trade Forex, you can also trade cryptocurrency as well as regular stocks. If you want to add a stock or something that you would like to trade, all we have to do is click on this plus icon up here, and then we can search for the stock or the cryptocurrency or the currency pair that we would like to trade. In this example, I am just going to go ahead and pull up Microsoft. So I can type in Microsoft right there, click into this, and as you can see, Microsoft is now there. Now this moves a little bit slowly to show you in this example. So that is how you can add different stocks and things. We can even go for like Ethereum, add this in. However, in this tutorial, I'm just going to go back over to Bitcoin. Once again, I'm going to change this to candles and then change all of these to green. On the chart, we also have these tools over on the left-hand side. And this is where you can start to add in things like trend lines. We can draw a nice little trend line right here, as well as a trend line along the top. Maybe we're getting a nice little channel in the middle here. We do also have access to the Fibonacci retracement, which is a tool that I do like. So you can add all of the tools there. Feel free to go through all of these and see if there are any tools that you like. So that is the tool section. And then we can also go ahead and add different indicators. We can click this indicator button right here, and then you can simply scroll through or search for whichever indicator you are looking for. If I want to go ahead and add an RSI, I can simply search for RSI and then add the RSI indicator here at the bottom of my chart. If you want to go ahead and delete these indicators, you can at any time by simply clicking on the X button. Over on the left hand side, you will notice that we also have a few different options. We can click into these. We have a favorites tab, things that are popular, top movers, we have energy, stocks, crypto. So you can change the standard view to any of these. I'm just going to change this to crypto right now. And then you can see all of these crypto options as well as what pair it is trading against. Now to actually go ahead and place a trade, I am just going to do so on this demo account right here. And on the 1 minute chart, I'm not sure this is the best trade on Bitcoin right now. It does look a little bit flat. But anyway, let's go ahead, and I'm seeing a bit of a downtrend right here. So I do think that Bitcoin does have the potential to maybe drop to this line. Not super important though, as I am trading on a demo account. But what I'm going to do is place a trade here. So we can choose whether we want to buy or sell on this right hand side. I'm going to choose sell. And then we can choose how much we would like to sell in lots. So I can just go ahead and choose to go for 5 lots. You can then choose whether this is pending. You can choose whether this is a take profit or whether to add a stop loss. So we can choose a certain level to take profit. Now, I think for a take profit, it does have the potential to come down and maybe wedge about here. So I'm going to go ahead and set my take profit to somewhere in this region, maybe a little bit higher. I will go for 34,600 for my take profit right there. If we just go ahead and zoom back in. And then I'm also going to place a stop loss if we come up here. And if we hit 34,660, 34,660, I'm going to go ahead and take a stop loss there. But I'm going to go ahead and confirm this. Now, as you can see, that trade has been confirmed right there. And you can see the current trade that you have open by this bar at the bottom. So in here, you can see the type of trade. We can see this was a sell. We can see the volume and how much I actually traded. We can see the open price. So this is where I went ahead and opened up this trade. The current price, so you can see that I am down on this trade right now. And then the take profit and stop loss orders if you decided to place them. So what we can do is we can just sit here and wait. We also get this yellow line to show where you actually entered this trade. And you can see right now that although the price is actually under where I made this trade, because of fees on Exness, I am still currently down at the moment. So we're just going to go ahead and wait for this trade to actually come through. Hopefully it's looking pretty good right now. I'm not too bothered though, so I'm probably just going to stay in this trade for a few minutes As I said, this is only a demo account, but I just want to see how this trade plays out regardless. Now, while this trade is still in progress right here, I do want to go through a few other things, such as we have this pending at the bottom. So pending orders are orders that you place that haven't yet been filled. For example, if you place a limit order at a certain place and that order has not yet been taken, that will show up under pending. And then closed is going to show all of your closed orders when you either take a profit or take a loss. That is going to go ahead and show up right there. Now, looks like that trade is not going so well anymore. What I'm going to do here is just go ahead and close this out anyway. You can see that that trade is now closed out and it's going to show up under this closed tab.